This is a quickie of Ice and Fire, Maegor the First Targaryen, or Maegor the Cruel, Part 2, After the Exile. When his brother Aenys died, most likely from shock and strain due to the religious uprising in his own kingdom, his mother Visenya left immediately following the funeral to retrieve her son and place him on the Iron Throne. Quickly, Maegor deposed any inheritance that his niece and nephew may have held, and took the throne by force. When the Grand Maester, Gawain, protested, he quickly was executed. Maegor took up his father's iron crown rather than the ornate creation of the Seven. The faith rose up, convinced of Maegor's unworthiness, but Maegor was not his brother. He crushed all opposition, eventually coming into a trial by combat with Daemon Morrigan. In a trial by 7, he was the only survivor but took an incapacitating blow that left him comatose for 30 days. His wife, Alice Haraway, brought Tyanna of the Tower from Pentos, and soon he was revived. Though he had won, he was still opposed by the faith. This opposition was crushed brutally over the next several years. Finally, any and all rebellion was ended at Old Town, where the Septon mysteriously died after Visenya showed up. This essentially ended the rebellion, outside of some members who held on to the idea of serving the disbanded faith militant. Tyanna of the Tower became his third wife. Having no children from the first two, he felt that another might give him an heir. He was wrong in that regard. While the faith kept up their opposition, Maegor ignored it. Dragons are dragons, and sheep are sheep. No matter what the Septons brought against him, he held his belief in his near divine right to the throne. There was just one thorn in his side. He had no heir. Seeing no child to come in the future, he turned his attention to the Red Keep. It was built under his instruction with many secret passages and left ready to inhabit and watch the actions of all who entered. When the construction was finished, the workers who had built it were feasted and then murdered. Dead men tell no secrets. Going to Old Town, the Septon mysteriously died, leaving a vacancy for one who may be more sympathetic to the crown. Maegor was in fact anointed, and in his wisdom, Lord Martin Hightower opened the gates and shut his mouth. Maegor then showed what the cost of defiance was, a gold dragon for every scalp of a warrior's son. When his nephew Aegon demanded his right to the crown, he found himself crushed at the battle beneath the God's Eye. There had been word of other lords joining him, but the prospects of that soon seemed to dry up and go away. Slaying a claimant to the throne and his dragon was all that Maegor needed to end that rebellion. But dynasties need heirs, and the monsters that came out of his loins, even after 7 wives, all died in the cradle. Tyanna of the Tower boasted that she was the reason for Maegor's lack of heirs, for she was blinded by jealousy and made sure none of the other wives made it to term. And so he cut out her heart with Blackfire, of course, and in the end, Maegor was left as an object lesson for the faith to use as an example of what those who shunned them became, having been slain by the very throne he coveted so dearly. Fortunately for the 7 kingdoms, he had not killed all of his nephews, and thus, dragons still reigned. Thanks to Sophia Wilson for the awesome comment about Maegor. As we see, Maegor's fertility is a murky subject. Whether Tyanna of the Tower poisoned his wives or just took credit for it in a jealous rage, we may never know. Tell me what you think in the comments. Become a crazy companion today, and let me give a shout out to all my awesome patrons: Amy True, Anime Lover Nicole, Bobby Catalano, Catherine Harding, Clarissa Thompson, John St. Baptiste, Juanita Bryant, Katrin C. Thank you so much. You guys, you don't know how much it means to me. Much love, my friends, and a big shout out to MackenzieLBurns, John St. Baptiste for their help with this video. As always, this has been a quickie of Ice and Fire.